Well, you're joining us here at the start of the second half of this eve of Independence, the first of 3 big shows in 24 hours in Wolverhampton.
And what have we got here, Dave Bradshaw? Look at this. This man is insane.
Delirious. You saw him on the way to the ring a moment ago, just swinging a child around his head almost.
That child is going to be traumatized for life.
Now, what's he saying here? He seems to be talking incoherently.
I heard him saying DQ.
DQ, ding, ding. Which are vaguely wrestling-related words.
Well, yeah, just about. Let's forget about Delirious for a minute and let's talk about his opponent here tonight. Roderick Strong, the master of the backbreaker, and Delirious. Well, Delirious has got a lot of problems in life. He's a man with many, many problems. And he's got a big problem in front of him right now with the master of the backbreaker.
Well, you say, Stu, that Delirious has a lot of problems. To me, he looks like a man who admittedly is on the edge of sanity, but seems quite happy there. He's camped up and living there happily.
Don't know how long he's been on the edge of sanity, but he may have fallen off.
Now, Delirious is... what's he doing? In the ring, is he asking for a test of strength or just waggling his fingers at Roderick Strong, who's pulling Delirious ever closer?
He had a streamer in his mouth. This man does not know the difference between paper and foodstuffs.
Well, a wrestler trained as in legitimate technical wrestling to the standard that Roderick Strong has been must be somewhat confused here. Strong trained in Florida with Harry Smith, the son of the late great British Bulldog, trained by Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and a second-generation wrestler himself. Certainly no slouch.
Absolutely not, absolutely not. He may be the man on this whole night who hits the hardest of anybody. And when he starts rearing back and he hits those chops to Delirious, that could be the end of the match.
Well, no disrespect to Roderick Strong, but he's going to have a hard time. He's going to have a hard time hitting harder than Dave Morales did just before the break. You saw that lariat on Danny Rio of the Models, and we understand from the medics backstage, Rio rushed to a nearby medical facility. He has a what seems on first diagnosis to be at least a mild concussion.
We've got the first victim here of Independence weekend.
The first of many, perhaps.
Well, you know, certainly don't want to wish any injuries to any of these competitors, but this is a very, very physical match here.
Delirious going into the waistlock. This crowd hushed as they witness the chain wrestling from both men. Delirious, despite his wacky antics at the start of the match, settling in and matching Roderick Strong move for move in the early going.
You know, I don't know how he does it. I'm not sure what it is about Delirious. He clearly has trouble functioning in life, but when he's in a wrestling ring, he's got like some sort of, I don't know, he's an idiot savant or what he is, but he can just pull out moves from nowhere. He's got the front fist lock on now.
Well, he wouldn't be the first competitor we've seen down the years who has, shall we say, a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic, but once he gets into the wrestling ring, he's able to channel that. Absolutely. And as you were saying, look at that, the bridge from Strong.
Cover there, just got a 1 count. Now Strong's got the front fist lock.
Now they're caught in the ropes. Referee Linsky going to ask for the break. And Delirious
covers up very quickly. He knows all about those chops.
Now, Delirious has been ever more crazed, even more crazed than usual in the past year or so. Started spitting red mist in the eyes of some of his opponents, and that's something Strong's going to have to look out for. Another unorthodox and, frankly, illegal tactic.
Well, I honestly don't know what Delirious is going to come out with next, and I think that's what keeps him a step ahead of many of his competitors. Roderick Strong.
He's got the Delirious wrapped in that wrist lock, but he escapes crawling through the legs. He's celebrating a little too long. Roderick goes for the chop, and Delirious to the outside, where he's now hugging 2 fans. That looks like an elderly lady on the right-hand side. An elderly man.
An elderly man, I think they'll find. But they may have to go to the hospital after that. They've just been touched by Delirious.
Well, Delirious moving in close. I think perhaps he's mistaken that gentleman for an elderly lady.
You think he's got amorous intentions, Dave?
I'm not sure even Delirious knows what his intentions are towards anyone.
He's got some sort of urge anyway.
With the possible exception of Roderick Strong, who he knows eventually he's going to have to pin to the mat for the 1-2-3. Delirious now, he's got the half Nelson applied. Headlock takedown now. Strong rolls backwards and up. Arm drag. And Delirious celebrating again. Perhaps for the second time in the match, it seemed Delirious spending a little too long celebrating. Again out in the crowd. Some of these fans getting more intimate with Delirious than perhaps they'd wish, Stu.
It's a good job we're a few rows back here. Last thing I want is him coming over here. And you know, we've seen a couple of times now Delirious rolling out of the ring rather than take those chops from Roderick Strong. That's his bread and butter move.
Delirious admonishing the referee on his way back in as he applies the leg scissors to the head of Roderick Strong. Strong rolls round trying to ease the pressure on the head and neck.
Well, this is all about technique. Let's see what Roderick Strong can do here to try and get out of this. Flips round, gets the head, has the side headlock, nice reversal. Now squeezing that head until it cracks. Shoots him off into the ropes, does Delirious, but the shoulder block. Oh, and there's the first of many chops in tonight's battle.
Delirious shouted, "You're not knocking Delirious down." So Roderick Strong
knocked Delirious down.
Indeed he did. And Delirious hiding behind another fan. I think that man possibly came to this event with that girl who Delirious swung around his head on the way to the ring. I'm surprised that she hasn't run a mile on the second time of asking.
Oh!
Another chop from Strong. And the action back in the ring. Delirious to the ropes, big drop kick. Strong will go for the cover. He doesn't hook the leg, but he's got two, and that's all he gets. He needed possibly a slightly stronger cover, greater leverage if he was going to keep Delirious down.
Both of them, these men have got international wrestling experience, both mostly well known for competing in the Ring of Honor promotion where they are both staples. There's another cover, just a two again. Put the forearm across the head, but didn't hook the leg again on that cover attempt.
And before that pin, you saw a nasty looking backbreaker from Strong, and now you see him following up. He's applied that waist lock, almost. You see, he's got his hands gripped around the stomach of.
Oh, it is. It's a waist lock, and that right there. I mean, it's not going to win you a match, but it will help to break down your opponent's resistance.
Again, you see Strong sort of going from one high impact move into a wear down move like that waist lock. That's how he likes to take his opponents down. It's not working at the moment. Delirious with a
kick to the spine.
Certainly was. Only a one count. Strong powering out early. Strong, of course, made a name for himself in Ring of Honor. A number of classic matches with Bryan Danielson for the Ring of Honor Championship in 2005.
Came very close to winning that belt. Was in fact half of the tag team champions. Very, very well-known team with Austin Aries, who's coming up later on in the main event.
As indeed is Danielson, that part of that triple threat match with Nigel McGuinness, which we're looking forward to. But right now it's all about these two. As Delirious goes for the cover, he hooks the leg this time, and still not enough to keep down Roderick.
The point of the elbow right to the forehead of Roderick Strong, but Strong uses leverage there, takes Delirious out. Right back to that midsection again, and another chop, and Delirious once again finding himself, well, this time in the lap of a ringside fan.
Strong, I think, after some early confusion, has got past the obvious psychological tactics of Delirious.
Well, these guys, they bought ringside tickets. They didn't expect to be part of the action, but Roderick Strong is making them part of the action here.
Referee Steve Linsky with that count continuing. And you see great tactics from Roderick Strong. He rolls out of the ring, into the ring, then straight back out to restart the count so he can continue delivering punishment on the outside where there's a hard floor and those unforgiving steel barriers.
Cover again, only a one count, but I'll tell you what, Delirious has not been the same man since Roderick Strong first hit that chop.
Well, it's as we talked about before, Delirious hasn't been the same man for almost a year. Great fall-away slam from Strong. Delirious, we talked about how he's been just even more insane, even more crazed than normal.
Demented.
Well, that's certainly a word I don't think is an exaggeration in this instance. Again, the waist lock, just punishing the lower back. But Delirious fights to his feet. Elbow to the ribs and to the shoulder, another one. And a chop of his own.
Oh, watch out now. You don't want to get involved in a chop battle.
Strong will send Delirious to the ropes. It's countered. Oh, look at that.
Right to the midsection. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of the midsection, headbutt from Delirious.
He may have hurt himself in there as well. Unorthodox slam forward.
And a senton to the back.
Strong managing to get the shoulder up again.
And certainly we expected Roderick Strong to be working over the midsection. The backbreaker is one of those moves he's got a million variations of, but we certainly see Delirious as well working on the midsection of Roderick Strong, trying to take away his power base.
Another kick to the gut. What's this going to be? Slingshot suplex. That could be all. That could be all. He's got two, not this time. Delirious kicks out, and this match will continue.
And that was a lovely variation there. Used the slingshot suplex, turned it into a power slam, took him right down, almost got the three.
Now look at Strong pulling Delirious up by those cords, the beads.
Tassels.
Tassels, that's the word I'm looking for. They're coming out the back of Delirious's head. Now Strong trying for the double underhook.
You may be looking for the Gibson driver. That's another move that he uses, one of his signatures, also known as the Tiger driver. Oh, and just took him down there, just ran into him. And you know what? Delirious manages to find angles in this ring that no one else can find.
Power slam though by Strong. This could be all. And it isn't. And Delirious, I think he finds those angles by just running in every which direction. You see him bouncing off one rope, but then rather going to the opposite, heading diagonally. Eventually he's going to find an angle that his opponent isn't expecting.
Yeah, but it's incredible that he can do that. He's got the mind to do that, despite clearly having various psychological problems. He's got the mind to think of something like that no one else can think of. Oh, tried to do the half Nelson suplex, couldn't get it. He's got a Cobra clutch on now, does Delirious, takes him down with a backbreaker variation of his own. Cover, 1, 2, oh.
Strong able to escape again, and you've got to admire the tenacity of both of these men who've been the victims of several pin attempts. Both men able to power out, and although they've been 2 counts, they haven't been that close to a 3 count. There's still a lot of fight left in both of these men.
Yep, there's an elbow from Delirious, elbow back from Strong.
This one turning just into a slugfest at the moment.
Oh.
And now into a chop fest.
There's an elbow, takes down Roderick Strong. Wow.
It's gut check time now. Both men almost exhausted, but it's who wants it more at this point. Strong goes for the Samoa drop. Delirious countered into the crucifix, and now he has what looks like a submission hold.
He does indeed, and Roderick Strong is not that close to the ropes, or is he?
He's inches away, in fact, but he's not there.
No.
He's not there. And into a pinning predicament.
Almost a crucifix pin there, couldn't get the 3 count.
Strong able to counter. Great pinning combination of his own. And Delirious, what's this? He's going for a backslide. Strong. Oh my goodness, what a backbreaker. That could do it, and it doesn't. How, Stu Allen, did Delirious kick out of that?
I don't know. They talk about sometimes when you do moves, they talk about a move with authority. That was a backbreaker with authority from the master of the backbreaker. And quite how Delirious was still alive in this match, well, I don't know. It's beyond me.
Well, he is alive, but barely. And what's this going to be?
Maybe looking for a crab hold here, trying to turn him over.
Into a Boston Crab. Boston Crab by Strong. Now Delirious is in the middle of the ring. He has nowhere to go. Linsky saying not yet. Delirious hasn't given up, but he may have to. Look at the position his back is in, bending backwards, and somehow with a final burst of energy, Delirious made the ropes. Strong hasn't broken the hold yet. What's going on here? Into a pinning predicament again, and Delirious escaped again.
Well, there's some amazing flexibility from Delirious there. I don't know how he managed that, but he managed to just snake his way to the ropes, essentially.
And now, what's it going to be this time? Onto his shoulders. Again, Delirious counters. Elbows to the face of Strong. And, oh, into a tilt and whirl! Delirious. Maybe rolling here. Charges at Strong. He dodges. Flying martial arts kick to the head. Another one of those lethal backbreakers.
Wow.
This time, surely. If not this time. Oh, what's it going to take? What's it going to take to keep Delirious down?
Well, that's what Roderick Strong is asking himself at the minute. But he's been in battles like this time and time again. This man will still have quite a few moves in his arsenal.
How
He's
impressed.
Have to pull right down to the bottom of his arsenal to put this man away.
How impressed, Stu? How impressed do you have to be, not only with Roderick Strong for continuing this assault, but with Delirious?
He's biting him. He's biting him. What is this?
It's just the tactics of a man on the edge. He is not all there. But then I'm not sure I would be if I'd suffered two of those. Just
watch out,
heinous backbreakers.
Panic attack from Delirious.
A running knee strike sends Roderick Strong into Gargoyle land. He's up, but he doesn't know where Delirious is. Yes, he does. Strong gets the knees up. Great counter. And oh my goodness,
Chest
what a move.
breaker. And that's your three.
Oh!
No.
I cannot believe that this match is continuing. The resilience of Delirious is something that these fans are going to be talking about for a long, long time to come.
I am shocked right now, but there's a big running Yakuza kick. That's probably it now.
He's got the cover, and this time, finally,